Okay, what's up, my huggers and kissers? So in recent times, apparently people are spotting what you would classify as aerial phenomena, or as we like to call it, drones in the sky. I have a background in astrophysics. I have a background in astronomy research at FSCJ, and so now I'm not doing that anymore, but I do have a background in physics. And so looking at the aerial phenomena that I see in the air, a lot of this stuff looks to be like regular phenomenon. And what I mean is these just seem like humanoid drones. Like these seem like things that humans can produce. And from the sort of glimpse of things that I can see, some of the video quality is too bad to the point where we can't actually see the bodily manufactured construction of the build, but we can only just see like these lights. And so these lights are not enough for you to identify whether or not you want to consider them alien. We're going to look at a few examples, but what I want to get off the bat is the extent of whether or not an alien, would come to Earth. So first, let's establish what we believe to be alien. So as what you would probably consider an alien, or what I would probably consider an alien as well, is a biological mechanical being able to create, and this is more so an alien that has willpower, a sentient being that is able to induce construction, confined pain and free will to the area around it itself. So something that's sentient enough to create some sort of ecosystem, if you will. That's what I think we can all identify as what we would want to call an alien, a biological, or if not, there's some sort of other thing that we don't know, right? But this, to the extent of what they are, they would have to come from what we would know as another planet. If you guys don't know, a hypothesized theory is actually that through the formation of the solar system that we live in, a planet called Europa is actually the consequence of why we have squid and octopus, or I want to say more so octopus, because the advancements in octopi seem more alien-like compared to the rest of the kingdom that it resides in. And what I mean is octopi or octopus can camouflage. They can sort of metaphysically change their vibration to blend in with their surrounding areas. Now we have chameleons who can do that, who can go camo, but the thing about octopi is that they also have other features of like they can fit in between anything. And what it means is they almost have the same makeup of like a snail. And what it is that their cellular makeup has a lot of liquidity. And since it's filled up to the brim with so much liquid asset, its body cannot induce too much salt. Like if you pour salt on it, if you pour salt on a snail, or if you put on salt on like any of those like liquidy, jelly, sloppy sort of fish or aquatic creatures, what it does is it induces dehydration to their skin, and they will essentially conform to the pain that they feel, and the receptors will, not be too friendly sided of the dehydration. They will dry out and they will burn and it will kill them. And so to the extent of an octopus and what you would want to consider alien, what the theory is that the formation ended up happening where somehow an asteroid of octopus DNA ended up coming from a meteor or comet onto Earth, and that's how octopus began their journey here, because of the fact that if you look at Europa, it actually turns out that it's frozen, but if you go deep enough, it's actually liquid water. There's liquid water and oceans at the bottom of it. And if we know, if we look at the formation of life, in which we theorized, hydrothermal vents is how life began. And so the outer shell of Europa may be ice, but if you go deeper to the center of something, more so where compaction will happen, there'll be more friction, inducing more heat, and therefore there may be the possibility that hydrothermal vents may have induced more life, aka octopus, right? That's the theory of octopus. Or what may be considered alien life that may actually have a reality basis on our planet. Now, when we look at the basis of alien, the classical alien, what you would see with like the big eyes and the graying of that alien, like that like the, you know, like the ALMAO alien, right? That alien is actually a alien that is human. And what I mean is this alien, this type of alien, is the depiction of what it would be like if humans evolved past the sort of inevitable, if you want to say, death of the Earth, a planet. And so basically the sort of change in pressure conditions between the movement of the sun compared to being closer to the sun, right? So as we revolve around the sun, we get closer to the sun. And so that would be the change in pressure condition, meaning if the aliens, and this is what I'm about to get to, if the aliens, or if we get closer to the sun to a significant path to a point where it gets too hot to even be on the surface of the sun, we would probably have to go underground. And this is what I'm getting to. If I was an alien, or if aliens were actually here, it would make more sense for them to pretend that they're in the sky and they're actually under fucking ground. And so like there's a bunch of like identified aerial phenomena that we've been seeing or in New Jersey and stuff, and a lot of these things just seem to be like drones, like regular drones. They seem to be like handmade craft, human aircraft, maybe even from a foreign country, who knows. But looking at some of these things, you know, if they're real, etc., I don't think that they have enough almost engineering feat to be what we would consider alien. And what I mean is, if the extent of, you know, Europa is the only way we can consider the things that we consider alien to be alien, the extent of like another solar or another being from another planet, not in our solar system, being able to travel here, it doesn't seem like these basic things of like turbine spinning, mechanical, manufactured automobiles would be able to, you know, make their extent all the way across the multiverse. So what I'm thinking is, if aliens are real, they would have to be interdimensional, or they would have to somehow communicate through quantum mechanics. And we can get into a whole thing about quantum mechanics, but we're just going to keep that basis. Okay, this is not my educational channel, even though I'm basically educating. And so let's look at one of these videos, and we're going to see whether or not anybody believes that this is real or not, because this is just ridiculous at this point. So this right here is a video that I've seen this has been like the closest to real video, or like the closest in ADHD that I've seen. So let's look at it and see what is actually in store. So if you played Halo before, this looks like the Pelican from Halo. This looks exactly like it. Now, I've seen a lot of comments, and apparently this looks like AI, or what people believe. They believe this is AI. I mean, it kind of looks like AI, right? Kind of. Or just like some good CGI. But I mean, it looks good at least. Oh my God. So Illuminati was right. I mean, I want to say it looks real, but it doesn't. One of the reasons I say it doesn't look real is because it looks way too crystal clear clean. And what I mean is, it just, you know, it just looks way too clean in like its definition and stuff. Now, it doesn't mean that it can't be, but you know, it does look a little bit suspicious. Now, a lot of these other videos I've been seeing are literally, quite literally, just drones. Like, look at this. This is just like, is this not just a police drone? Is this not just a police drone? It looks like a police drone, like some sort of like police drone. It's blue and red. Like, what is it? So a lot of these things have been in the air, and even to the point where apparently the government, so apparently part of the government knows what's happening, but then other parts of the government are like lost, and they're like, what is this in the sky? It's a bird, it's a plane. No, dude, it's a freaking drone, dude. And so obviously, you know, when we look at everything and we look at sort of the contextual evidence and the critical thinking, this does not seem to be what people are actually trying to extend of an alien. It doesn't seem to be very true. I think that if aliens were to get here, it would either be through gravitational exponential travel or through interdimensional travel. The only theorized or that human invention that could be able to go at, you know, stupendous speeds would be the Helica engine, which is basically almost like a particle accelerator, but not actually a particle accelerator. What it does is it compacts a bunch of particles and it gets them to jump around, and then it uses that same kinetic energy or potential energy to then excel itself at 99.9% of the speed of light. Now, obviously, it can't go to, I think there's not a conjecture, but sort of like a stoppage at a piece of matter being able to go at the speed of light, obviously on the basis of its tear in, the third dimensional space, meaning that the faster matter goes, it will expand. Now, I have a theory that actually combats that, and it gets a little bit more wicked because it starts to expand and sort of blow up the typical third dimensional realm, and that's when we can actually get into the hypothesized tachyon, which is a tachyon is a hypothetical particle that can go faster than the speed of light, meaning if it goes faster than the speed of light, it's actually going backwards in time. But there's a whole dilemma on that, right? Ultimately, if there is a alien, I think that if there's aliens, they're not in the sky. And if there are aliens, right, like let's say like the aliens pulled up, right? I think that it would be like as obvious as fuck, like it would be like literally a fucking giant UFO in the sky, like undeniable, or like a big ass alien being, right? Or it would be so hard to even find them that there's no point of even trying. Like I feel like they would be able to be so they could hide, they could go invisible, they could like there could be an alien around me right now. I'd have no idea. I feel like that's how it would be. Like it would be impossible to detect them in some manner. And if they or if they did take refuge amongst us, I feel like they wouldn't be in the sky. I feel like they'd be underground. Or like if they wanted to distract you, they would tell you, look in the sky, but you should really be looking underground. And so, ultimately, I think that all these, UFOs and all these things that these people are seeing are kind of bull crap. You know what I mean? I don't think that they're actually alien. I mean, maybe they can be, I'm not God, right? I don't know everything, but I think that they're just, drones. It could be, a foreign country just spying in on us or something like that. I just feel like it's a little bit more simple and not so extraordinary. Extraordinary claims need extraordinary evidence. So yeah, I think that's really about it. I mean, just kind of want to talk about the drones and why people are freaking out and stuff. So yeah, to all my kids and kids out there, you guys will be fine, hopefully. I think that, if you believe them to be aliens, you can, go ahead and do that, but I don't believe so. And so, yeah, that's gonna wrap us up for today. So, to all my beautiful huggers and kisses out there, stay lit, stay beautiful, and be the robot in disguise. I don't know. And with that being said, I will see you when you're older. Peace.